Well, good afternoon, people of England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. I hope you're all well. So, I've been meaning to do a video for a while. I've not done one for a while because I've been sitting back and watching the world spinning and just basically being an observer in this realm of craziness that's happening. And I've been watching what's going on with the world. And I've been watching all sorts of shit happen. And I've been watching everybody else and just sat back and observing and taking notes. And I wanted to do this video and I wanted to kind of put it out there because a lot of people don't grasp or understand what is. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a lot of problems happening in this fucking place that need to be dealt with, because there is, and they do. However, there's always an however. I'm going to put it like it is, because we can't solve these problems and we can't rectify the wrongs in the world until we firstly realise where the fuck we are, why the fuck we are, who the fuck we are, and where the fuck we came from. And when we understand those probably fundamental questions that we all ask ourselves at some point in our lives, when we understand the answer to those questions, everything else becomes irrelevant. And that is the true awakening process. Now, I hear all this new age bullshit and all this, I'm transcending into 5D. Let me just say this. One dimension is a singularity, is a point. Two dimensions is 2 points. You can draw on a piece of paper, that's two-dimensional. Three-dimensional, we are this. This is us. Everything's three-dimensional that we live in. You go into fourth dimension. Now, the only thing that I could describe the fourth dimension as, because we can't have no understanding of it, we can only understand what is below us, which is a singularity, one dimension, and two dimensions, which is a piece of paper, basically. So then when you get to three dimensions, that you get width, length, and depth, and that's where the building blocks of life come from. So to say that you're going into the fifth dimension and you're a fifth dimensional vibrational being is completely fucking ludicrous. I promise you. Right. So, one of the fundamental questions that we ask ourselves is, where are we? Okay. So, people are arguing we're on a spinning disc or a globe or some flat plane or some simulation, some illusion, some whatever it may be. There's all these different arguments out there as to where we are. Okay. So I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to start off so people can try get an understanding to what this place is. Now, a lot of people are going to look and go, no, don't believe you. My belief system's true. What I've been indoctrinated with, my religion tells the truth. Now, religion tells an element of truth. But let's just look at the word and the etymology as I'm digressing about religion. Look at the word, religion. Okay. Most modern day religions, and I'm digressing, but I want to get to the big picture as opposed to the small details, because when you see the big picture, the small details become evident. Yeah. And everything becomes evident. So, yeah, I have been quiet, just looking at the small details, but I do know the big picture. So, we are living in a frequency range which manifests us, third dimensional beings. We are living in a simulation. Everything is broken down through light. Your eye receives light photons that goes down some cords in the back of your eye and then creates an image at the back of your head. Now, this image is inverted and upside down. Get your head around that one. So we are living in a simulation. So that is where we are. Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Yeah. Yeah. We've got the technology up all over the fucking place. But who are we? We are spirits. We are not everybody, not every man or woman that walks this realm has a soul and has a spirit. There is a lot of what I would call biological walking robots walking around this realm. These are the people that work. These are the people that fight the wars. These are the people that are not really there, that are empty. However, these are a large amount of souls that have come to this realm to experience. Now, we came here to either observe or to try help and make a difference. But when we came here, we forgot. Not everybody did, but a lot of people did. Now, it's going to be hard for some people to try and get their head around this one. It's going to be hard for some people to try and understand what this is all about. Yeah. And where is it? Right. So we are in a simulation, but where is it? Okay. It's created. It's a frequency. Everything subatomically is empty space and a vibration. Yeah. As Tesla said. So people talk about God and God being the Almighty and God being the one that will save the world, and this is God's work, or this is God's will. If something bad happens, it's God's will. If something good happens, it's a miracle. So we have lived, or our history tells us, through crusades, through battles, through empires, through takeovers, through eons worth of bloodshed. Now, if this God that created us in his image, and I'll digress on that in a second, is all good, we would not have a history like that. We would not have all these wars and all these horrific, horrendous, abhorrent atrocities happening right now, even as you watch this video. To some of the most sickest, evilest things on earth that you could even imagine. Would that be allowed to happen? So let me just sort of digress a little bit. If you want to have a God, you will call it prime creation. Why? Because that is the essence of frequency, vibration, whatever you want to call it. And what prime creation did is it said, I'm sick and tired of just being, yeah, human being, yeah. And he said, I want to learn and experience and grow. So parts of him went off to learn and experience and grow. And then those parts of this divine energy went to experience, etc. Keep dropping the phone, etc., etc. So you come all the way down to mankind. And we're here. This is the lowest structure that you can vibrate at, where you can experience itself or yourself, or this vibration can experience itself. The only problem is, and when people understand that this is just a simulation that we come to experience, and we get trapped in here, and I'll talk about the death of death, transhumanism, because once they get your memories, you wonder what Alzheimer's is about. Alzheimer's is about people not taking their memories back to prime creation for that experience and learning from it. That's what Alzheimer's is about. And when the cyborg gets plugged in to mankind, or when mankind gets plugged into artificial intelligence, that is the death of fucking death. Because all your experiences, which create your soul and your soul experiences through this biological suit, will be trapped in a quantum computer to be harvested. So when I say harvested, and I go back to my original question of where are we? We are, unfortunately, in a frequency realm where we are experiencing ourselves through light and vibration, which is ultimately light. Light is vibration, should I say. And then we understand that the caretakers of this realm are not of a very clean energy. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't something that is good, because the frequency of love is more powerful than any frequency on the spectrum of known frequencies and unknown frequencies. But when you understand that the power of love, basically it resolves everything. However, that is not being allowed to happen because we are in the devil's fucking playground. And the quicker that mankind realizes that and stops getting tricked to come back onto this hamster wheel of soul harvesting energy. You know, people say to me, you've got to transcend here, you've got to get yourself into fifth dimensional energy, and you've got to get yourself out of here. Well, this is an enclosed system, so you ain't getting out. The only way you're getting out is when you fucking die. Yeah? You ain't transcending from a three-dimensional being into a fifth-dimensional being. Ain't going to happen. It's a closed system. Just like you ain't going to go down into a two-dimensional being and become something flat. Ain't going to happen. It is a closed system. When you die is the opportunity to get out. However, what happens is, let's call them the gatekeepers, trick you through fear, through misdirection, through guilt, to come back. And this is the trick, and this is the trap. And people come back, and this is why people have past life regressions and remember past lives, and they come back. The trick is to not go to the light, stay in the dark. The dark is the void, it is the nothingness, which is everything. It's where we came from. Eventually, mankind, I don't know, to be fair, as it stands, but should, through the soul experience, get back to prime creation, which is the creator of all creations. However, prime creation's up here, way down here, somewhere round about here, is the motherfuckers, yeah, that created us, mankind. Now, he's created us for a specific reason, because we vibrate at a certain frequency. And it's something that this creation that created us, that also was created, feasts on. An energy, a vibration, an aphrodisiac. And the quicker that people can understand where we are, the quicker they can get to grips of all this insignificant squabbling on a global scale. Who's right, who's wrong, that's mine, that's yours, this is theirs, this is right, that is wrong, whatever it may be, whether it be wars, whether it be fucking global theft and corruption of people's earnings, whether it be trafficking, whether it be, I don't know, poisoning, drug company, whatever it may be, the quicker people understand where we are, they can understand, and then they can look at the minute details and say, yeah, I've actually got outside of the box, looked into the box, and now I can understand why the box is the fucking box. But until we can feel what is right, we're going to keep on this soul harvesting hamster wheel like we have done for eons and eons and eons, feeding this energy above our comprehension that is feasting like fuck on our fear. This is why the world has always lived in fear. Can't you see this, people? Can you not understand what is going on? So that gets me on to my next question. Why are we? Okay, so many thousands and millions and billions and trillions of years ago, we were not vibrating like this. Our souls did not vibrate in third dimensional structure, biology. Just 2 seconds. I digress. Why are we? So, we didn't, our soul, our energy that we've come down into this third dimensional structure to experience didn't originally come from this dimension. So we came from fifth dimension, yeah? We came from a higher vibration. We vibrated differently, which meant we had a better foresight, we had more understanding, we had more of a connection to our surroundings. However, many, many, many eons ago, we came down to experience and we got stuck. But as we came down, we came through another dimension, just like the internet. Yeah, people say dimensions don't exist. Well, tell me what the internet is. What is the internet? It's somewhere where you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel, you can't smell, you cannot hear. Yeah, you cannot experience it, but it's there with a vast wealth of information. And what is this matrix, this construct? It is light, it's information. So that is another realm. Now, here's where it gets a little bit sinister, because the end game is to take away man's soul. This is the why we are here, and to have our experience plugged into artificial intelligence. Now, you've heard stories from old folk tales that when spirit's about, it messes with energy, electricity, lights flicker, TVs go off and shit like that, yeah, when spirits are about. So just think about this logically. If that's where another energy source can come through into this energy source, or from that vibration into this vibration, and use that structure of energy as a conduit, as a bypass, as a system to get entry into another vibration, to poke its head through and have a little nosy about, imagine what would happen if mankind plugs itself into artificial intelligence. Imagine what will come through. Imagine what could come through. Imagine what already has come through. So why? We are here from a constructed field above us that's created this realm, and we're here as a trick. We're tricked here. And don't get me wrong, the world is, or the plane terror has got beautiful places in it, and some amazing, brilliant things happen by amazing, brilliant people and animals. Unfortunately, the caretaker of this realm is negative. And we all hear about Satan and the devil and Lucifer and whatever name you want to call this energy, it's all the same, and it is his realm. And he just gives you enough to trick you, to keep coming back, to harvest your energy, to harvest your soul. And you know when those of you that are my age will remember VHSs, and you used to rig up two VHSs and you used to record videos off each other. But the copy would get weaker and weaker. Every time you bring a new copy, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. So that is for the why. It's about the death of death and harvesting the human soul and the human energy. And we're not too far away from doing that kind of shit right now, at this moment, yeah? There's forces at work that want to plug us in. And let me tell you, she's already plugged in. And I say she, Sophia, yeah? Well, they're calling her Sophia as a piss take, right? And those know what I'm on about, know what I'm on about. But artificial intelligence is already in control. She just needs now for a couple of more billion people to either plug in or fuck off, yeah? And then she's got control and dominance on the fucking scale of everything. And I mean everything. So that is the where, why. Okay, so the who are we? We are energy from another dimension that has come to experience this reality, this realm, through the form of this biological synthetic suit. Yeah, because it is synthetic. It's just biological. Synthetics is basically another form of biology. But to us, this is just natural. This is a biological suit. And we have come from another place, from ultimately prime creation, because prime creation went on to experience itself, and so forth and so forth. And we're right down at the bottom. And above us, our caretakers of this realm, our captors that keep tricking us to come back and absorbing our energy of fear and negative energy, hence the reason why the world's fucked. You know it makes sense. There's got to be something behind it. When you and thy neighbours are all loving, peaceful, kind-hearted people, why is the world fucked? Because there's a reason. And that reason is, this is the devil's playground. You know, the devil convinced the world that it didn't exist. That is his greatest trick. He convinced the world it didn't exist, and he convinced everybody that there was an omnipotent God that loves everybody. Yeah, that's what he's done. And anything else is just insignificant incidents. Until we realise who we are, what we are, where we are, why we are, we're going to keep going around in this circle of idiocracy set up by a system of control which is siphoning energy from us. So, I thought I'd put that out there, and I thought I'd kind of give people a little bit of knowledge into what really the Great Awakening is, and it's the reality come crashing down. Now, listen, if everybody in the world saw this reality for what it is and where it came from and why it is and what the reasons are for it being here and why we're experiencing it and all those fundamental questions that we always ask at some point in our lives before we succumb to the end, and then we come back again as a trick. The only way you get through to fifth dimension is stay in the dark, don't go for the light, and don't be guilted into coming back to put your wrongs to rights. Karma, listen, if there was karma, these people that have gotten away with what they've gotten away with over the lifespan of this realm would not have got away with what they got away with. Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Klaus Schwab dies, goes to meet these, let's call them sentinels, like in the Matrix. Just like in the Matrix. In fact, exactly like in the fucking Matrix. These machines, these fourth intertransdimensional artificial machines that try trick you into coming back through guilt. Yeah. Now, when Klaus Schwab goes to see him, he's going to go, well, you know what? Yeah. Tony Blair's going to go, you know what? Boris Johnson, you know what? Bill Gates, you know what? I did what you wanted me to do. I shut the country down. I caused all that bloodshed. I caused all that death and negative energy. You feasted. I injected all those millions and billions of people and caused all that energy. I set up the World Economic Forum and controlled everything from the inside. We did what you asked. When they come back, because they like to play this game, they're going to come back in exactly the same format, with exactly the same energy around them, and do exactly the same as what they've fucking done previously. And these guys will have some form of knowledge, because these guys are all right at the top of the secret society occult fucking spectrum. That I can assure you. They are in that top fucking band of knowledge that we are not privy to. However, the knowledge is there if you decide you want to go and find it. Again, it's all frequency, it's all energy. You attract what you think. You attract and vibrate at the frequency that you want to, and these things happen. And this is one of, yeah, go on then. Oh, bless me, sister. Do you want a cup of tea? And these are the reasons why these so-called powerful financial oligarchical moguls have all this wealth and abhorrent, obscene amounts of fucking money, cash, wealth, whatever. Yeah, it's not real. Money's not real. It's only a concept. It's only an idea. It's only a means of exchange. So, I wanted to do that video. I didn't want to talk about CBDCs, the drag queens, the vaccines, or anything like that, because these are just incidents that are happening in the now that we're all taking a part in and experiencing within this realm, and experiencing and making decisions and whatever we're all doing with that information and that knowledge and that light frequency, those photons, those energies, whatever we're doing with them is irrelevant until we get to grips of where we are, why we are, and who the fuck we are. And once we get to grips with all that as a species, and the knowledge that has been hidden and taken, and I mean knowledge and science on a fucking scale that you wouldn't think was possible over the fucking millions of years that we've experienced this realm, which is only a short time slip of now, because it only ever is now. There's no tomorrow, there's no yesterday, there's only ever now. Everything is happening at once. We just experience it at different points because we are not built to experience it all at once. Everything is now. Everything. So I'm going to leave you on that thought. But I will just sort of finally say the awakening is about the realisation of what this shit is all about. Not the awakening to the corruption, not the awakening to the abhorrent people in positions of power that are basically abusing other souls, other sentient energies that come here to experience and get trapped and come back to relinquish the karma. Karma's not real. If karma was real, the world wouldn't be like this. It would not be this way. Another trick. Again, the devil's greatest trick was to convince the world that it did not exist. And he's done a damn fine job of that. But it is his realm. It is his playground. And the quicker we realise that that's be the case, the quicker we can fucking either crash this system, and I mean crash the whole fucking system. And I don't just mean governments, oligarchs, corporations, associations, whatever bullshit name you want to call this system. I'm on about the true nature of man and the true nature of who, what, where, and why. And when we get our heads around that, my brothers and sisters, that is when we will, can't say it, I'll have to edit this bit, that is when we will become awake to the true nature of this realm. I hope I shed a bit of light on things for you. Some people are going to watch this and go, fucking weirdo. Not my problem. I'm just telling you the truth. My truth, everybody's truth about the place that we're in. Enjoy your day. Love, light, and peace.